Good evening. This is the council meeting for December the 8th. If you could all rise, Ms. Gentry, lead us in the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Rossmarin, may we have the roll?
Mr. Arnold.
Here.
Mrs. Fenderbosh.
Here.
Ms. Gentry.
Here.
Mr. Koss.
Here.
Mr. Shamir.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mr. Zuber.
Here.
Mayor Spetzel.
Here.
Law Director Ebert.
Here.
Finance Director Crossy.
Here.
Public Works Director Liskovic.
Here.
Thank you. Everyone has received the November 24th minutes. Are there any changes that have been made? Mr. Smith?
Yeah, I did provide the clerk with a change. I don't know if you changed it or not. I haven't looked at them since then.
I did, but I did not distribute it.
Okay.
So the change that was recommended, we're going to go ahead with. Is there any additional changes or adoptions? Okay, then the change that Mr. Smith recommended will be part of the official minutes.
And I'll
Thank you.
recirculate that.
We'll recirculate it. Very good. Thank you. Any correspondence?
I don't have any to report.
Any
Thank you.
correspondence anybody wants to report? Okay, tonight's a very important night. We have a proclamation for Pamela Orendowski, Director of the Community Resource Services. Mr. Mayor.
Bring your husband up too, or you, it's a team approach, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it's my honor and privilege to present this proclamation. This is one of the funner things I get to do as a mayor, right? So Pam has just been great. I mean, it's great to have these type of citizens within our community who give so much and really ask for nothing in return. Some of that will be evident here as I read this proclamation. Whereas Avon Lake has benefited from the efforts of devoted professionals dedicated to improving the quality of life in their communities. They are generous with their time and expertise to serve and shape a brighter future for all. And whereas Pam Orzansky has been a vital member of Community Resource Services for over 15 years, 7 as the executive director. She first joined the CRS staff in 2010 as the organization's special events coordinator. Through the years, her dynamic leadership has helped shape CRS into the strong, compassionate organization it is today. And whereas Executive Director since 2019, Pam has been instrumental in the organization's tremendous growth. Her innovative thinking and deep commitment to the diminishing poverty in the community has raised over $1.5 million in financial support and nearly $1.8 million in in-kind donations. In 2010, her transformative vision created the annual Super Bowl food drive, which has generated the equivalent of more than 1.2 million pounds of food for local families. And whereas, as a result of Pam's dedication to helping those in need, CRS has served more than 8,300 individuals and provided over 54,200 units of direct assistance to families in Avon Lake and Avon. And now, therefore, the City of Avon Lake recognizes and congratulates Pam Orzansky for her exceptional service to the community. We extend to her our deepest appreciation for all her dedicated work and wish her the best in all her future endeavors. Congratulations. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you get pictures. No,
Thank you.
thank you, Pam.
Thank you very much.
We have a second very happy time that's going to be following. It's a resolution of gratitude. Ms. Rossmarin, please read resolution number 25-207 by title only. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I would ask that this be read in its entirety, please.
Thank you. Please.
A resolution of gratitude and appreciation for Robert Haas. Whereas the City of Avon Lake recognizes and extends its sincere appreciation to residents who generously contribute their time, expertise, and commitment to the betterment of the community. And whereas Robert Haas has faithfully served the city as a member of the Environmental Affairs Advisory Board for two-year terms, beginning February 28, 2012 and February 28, 2014. Offering thoughtful guidance on matters related to environmental stewardship and sustainability. And whereas Robert Haas further demonstrated dedicated public service through appointment to the Avon Lake Planning Commission for 2 5-year terms from 2016 to 2020 and 2021 to 2025, providing insightful leadership in reviewing development proposals, supporting responsible growth, and upholding the long-term planning goals of the city. And whereas during tenure on Planning Commission, Robert Haas also served as the Commission's representative on the Avon Lake Historical Preservation Commission, where their efforts contributed to the preservation and protection of the city's historic character and cultural resources. And whereas the City of Avon Lake is grateful for and appreciative of Robert Haas' many years of dedicated volunteer service and the positive impact he has made on both present and future residents. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of Avon Lake, State of Ohio, Section number 1, that Council does on behalf of the citizens of Avon Lake extend its gratitude and appreciation to Robert Haas for exemplary service to the Environmental Affairs Board, Planning Commission, and the Avon Lake Historical Preservation Commission, and expresses appreciation for the significant contributions made to the community. Section number 2, that the Clerk of Council shall include this resolution in the minutes of this meeting, and she is hereby requested to transmit a copy of this resolution to Robert Haas.
Thank you. Mr. Smith?
Thank you. I ask for the suspension of the rule, or move for the suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings.
Ms. Rossmarin?
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. Mr. Smith?
Thank you. I move for passage of resolution number 25-207.
In discussion?
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. It has been my pleasure over the last nearly year and a half to work with Mr. Haas on the Planning Commission. His insight certainly helped me as a newer member. His ability to phrase the motions the Planning Commission would pass was excellent. And he's, as you know, everyone knows here, as you see in the resolution, his commitment to public service is beyond reproach. I have also been advised that he doesn't plan on disappearing anytime soon either. So we'll expect to see him some more. But from Planning Commission, who gave him a nice ovation, to us, I would ask that we pass this on his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion, Mr. Cos?
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. I've had the absolute pleasure of knowing and working with Bob for at least the last 6 to 8 years or so on the Avon Lake Historical Preservation Commission. And I'm going to speak on behalf of our current commissioners and the past commissioners that worked with Bob and express what a joy it's been to work with him. His professionalism, and as Mr. Smith mentioned, the level of expertise that he brings to the meetings to identify issues and speak about them, and then take the issues that we're discussing at our level and take it back to the Planning Commission and vice versa where needed. It's invaluable, and he's going to be missed in that role with the Historical Preservation Commission. But as Mr. Smith also said, Bob's not one to retire and do nothing. So he's going to be a part of other commissions and other committees for the foreseeable future, and that's a benefit to the community. But Bob, thank you very much for all of your efforts. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Cos. Anybody else? Mr. Shamir?
I have had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Haas about 2 years ago. I can tell you one thing, his wisdom and understanding
of our community is, I think, surpassed by none. And you know, his advice to me, I take dear, and I can't thank him enough for his wisdom and his insight that he took the time to give during that first few months that I joined the council. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? I have two hands here.
Go ahead, Gary.
Gary?
Thank you, Madam
Mr.
President.
Ebert?
Yes, I've had the pleasure, not only on Planning Commission, where they're going to have a problem now who drafts the motions, because he's always looked at as far as the motions. It's a quiet, and all of a sudden, okay, I'll take it, and does a really great job. Great individual as far as contributing to the Planning Commission and the else. I've also had the pleasure of serving with him with the University of the St. John's Leadership Council at St. John's, and he's been an absolute wealth of knowledge and everything else, so we're going to miss you concerning both of them, and hope you don't change your St. John's Leadership Council. But Planning Commission is going to miss a very valuable person and citizen of Avon Lake. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I want to echo what everybody else has said. I've been privileged to serve with Bob for 2 years on Planning Commission and really look to him, as Councilman Smith said. He just has a way, so insightful. He was able to look at these planning documents and really draw out things that other people may miss. He doesn't miss a thing. And we've all talked about how he has a way of making the motions work, which is amazing to me. I don't know, it's a talent that I don't think we can duplicate anywhere else. But, you know, we're going to certainly miss him on Planning Commission, and we hope that he finds another role here very soon that he can fill to continue to contribute his service to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, it's my turn. So I've known Mr. Haas since 2016, and we served together on the Planning Commission up through September of 2024. And during that time, there were times that we agreed, sometimes we disagreed, but one thing is for certain, Mr. Haas definitely did his homework. He definitely went down the rabbit holes, and he was also very genteel in presenting to the public some very emotional, difficult decisions and helped them through the process and said, this is the process that we're going to be going through. You know, bear with us, because sometimes it's like an onion skin. You have to keep peeling, keep peeling, keep peeling. But what I always liked was the idea of collaboration between the departments, the collaboration between the applicants and the commission. Even when we voted against some of their ideas, they were invited to come back and to rethink it. And that opportunity to continue to grow is one that you definitely nurtured while on Planning Commission, and one of my very favorite people. So I know you're not going to be going away. You and your wife are here for a long durance. It'll be in a different way. Okay, at this point, we have a motion on the floor, and it's now time for a roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, and at this point, I would like to invite you to come up here so the public can see this dear face that we're talking about. And
Well, and good, and thank you for the opportunity to speak for just a moment, because oftentimes folks at this podium don't really get an opportunity to thank you all, for both administration and council staff, for what you do for the city. I mean, the countless hours that you spend in meetings and preparing for meetings, and then the after meeting. You're just incredible, and it's. I'm encouraged, particularly to see two members of the younger generation coming on to council. You know, my generation has a tendency sometimes to be critical of the younger generation and maybe not willing to serve. But seeing all you young folks up here and the young ones coming on, I just think that's incredible. Just a special thank you to Mr. Arnold and Mr. Zuber for all of their service. I know this isn't your final meeting, but it may be the last time I get an opportunity to speak. And we're not too far away from Thanksgiving to really take the opportunity to thank you all for what you do. It's not an easy job. The time you spend is probably not adequately financially compensated. But I think you should know that, you know, many of the citizens that don't have an opportunity to speak up really do appreciate what you do. And we like the the thorough discussions that you have. We know that you don't always agree on the issues, but that you always do try to come together for the best of the city, and please know that it's appreciated. So thank you for your kind words. I will look for some other opportunities to help. I think that's an important part of being a resident and a citizen is, look for ways that you can do your part. So thank you again for your kind words. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Haas.
you.
Have a good evening. Okay, we're going to go back to our regular agenda here. Now it's time for public input on any topic. And according to the code, ordinance section 220.21A1, residents have up to 5 minutes to speak on any topic. So come on up and give us your name and also the city that you're from. Thank you.
Hi, Hila Goodwin, Council-elect. Can I say that? Okay. I wasn't planning on speaking tonight, but I actually did want to say something about my old neighbor, Mr. Haas, and my 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Haas. I've known them, sorry, I think I beat all of you, but since my childhood. And not just as neighbors, but grown to be friends. I have watched over the last couple of years since I've been involved everything that he has done for the city of Avon Lake. So I just wanted to express my gratitude in that way and tell him that you are not allowed to go far because I think I have adopted a new mentor. So that is all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to come forward on any topic?
Thank you.
Your name?
Good evening to everybody here. My name is Len Lieber. I am the resident troublemaker from American Legion Post 211, 31972 Walker Road in beautiful Avon Lake. On behalf of Post 211, we want to thank you for all the great support we've received from you this past year and wish you and your families a great coming year. You deserve it all. This morning at Learwood Middle School, our honor guard gave a salute in recognition of Pearl Harbor Day one day earlier. It's done annually to remind students and others that freedom comes with a frightfully high price, and it's not to be taken for granted. At this moment, 800,000 veterans of our military are suffering at home and in alternate facilities from very serious physical and mental disabilities. It's a large number. This coming New Year's Eve, the stars at our Post 211 New Year's Eve party, which by the way is open to the public, the stars will be a band known as Guitars for Vets. These musicians are part of a special organization that provides instruction on guitar for many disabled veterans, cost-free. At the end of the class term, each veteran receives a free guitar to play as long and as much as they need to, part of their therapy. Some of the band members with us on 31 December teach vets on the guitar. Part of the low cost of the $45 to anyone attending our party is partially given to the musicians to help them continue their work with all these disabled vets. The event at Post 211 on Walker Road begins at 5:30 p.m. with appetizers, a delicious buffet dinner prepared by Avon Lake's own Big M restaurant begins at 6. There are some flyers to show you what a little bit more what to expect. Live music, a nice dance floor from 7 to 10. A cash bar will be open from 5:30 until the doors open when the doors open in our beautiful Holberry Hall. We'll have a TV in the hall, even to watch Ohio State play in the Cotton Bowl. We understand that it starts at 7:30 on Wednesday evening, December 31st, their first game in the playoff. They have a bye in the first round. Again, we welcome the public to join us on New Year's Eve. The cost, again, is only $45 a person. It's for a very worthwhile cause. Tickets are on sale at the Post Canteen, which is at 31972 Walker Road, from noon to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. Please, everyone, consider coming and joining us for a really great time. We thank you very, very much for your consideration. And one last word. I have lived in many places in my life, in California, Indiana, Ohio, the last 26 years in Ohio, but never in Avon Lake. And I've been so impressed with all of you and Avon Lake. I have planned to move to Avon Lake next year. And I'm just warning you. Be prepared. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bob.
Anybody else want to come forward on any topic?
William Zimmerman. So I'd like to talk about the agenda in regards at the bottom of the agenda. That's 25102, which is amending 25209, so that we could give Todd Davis another $25,000. Something that I obviously need to have us do. Hasn't gotten enough. $250,000's not enough. He's been overpaid. He's been underutilized. He hasn't represented the city of Avon Lake in his best interest. And we have Mr. Arnold to thank for that. I want to thank you again, Mr. Arnold. Job well done. I'm sure you understand my sarcasm. Found it repulsive the other night when Mr. Koss made a speech saying that Mr. Arnold deserved the right to vote. Considering all the problems we've had with Brownfield and everything else, still waiting on a decision a year later in the Ohio Supreme Court. Didn't think that that was appropriate. If he was here to vote. If he wasn't, then so be it. New council should have been voting on it. So as I said earlier in the prior meeting, ineffective leadership has caused this financial debacle. Two years ago, we had surplus of money. Now we do not. And now we're expected to go to the voters and say, pass this levy, we need money. Supposedly to be targeted for the roads. $5 million. Drop in the bucket. Should we have to give up more money? 30 years we haven't had to do that. Fiscally sound, the city was. There wasn't any kind of jeopardy not having enough money. Part of the problem is that so many of our city employees are making well over $100,000. And the chief makes 140, police. Mayor's about to make almost that. This goes into effect shortly, if it hasn't already. Ms. Crossy makes 136. Her assistant makes 96. I don't know if we ever had a financial assistant before. But we keep finding ways to give people more money to come here. I don't understand why the city doesn't reel that back in. Mr. Ruah makes 120. He just started here a year ago. Mr. Esborn, 121, and yet he can't provide us with an economic development plan. Can't do his job. But we're paying him. Ineffective leadership. It's the same thing you're trying to get Jeremy on with the fire department. I think it's repulsive. So we have two members of the old guard still on service here. Ms. Fenderbosch, Mr. Koss, been here a long time. If there were term limits like Mr. Haas had to endure, they'd be done. But that's not the case. Should retire though. Save the citizens. Put some new blood up here with new thoughts and way to do things. Save some money. Be fiscally sound. Give the citizens what they need and want. Not another tax levy. Make $5 million to try to pave roads. I believe that to be just ineffective leadership.
Anybody else like to come up on any topic? You're welcome to. Okay, seeing no one approach, we're going to go on with our agenda then. Reports. We're going to start with the mayor's report.
The only thing I have to report is the Alps Phase 2 is nearly complete. We have a couple minor things that will be done this week, but I'm happy to report that basically we are open for business at Alps. Due to weather, we will not be doing any kind of opening ceremony until springtime, when the weather is a little bit more favorable and approachable for everybody. But we welcome everybody to enjoy it, particularly the Four Seasons sledding hill that we have, and take a look out on Lakers Lookout there, check out the lake, and enjoy the park. That's my report.
Any comments about Alps to the mayor? Now we're going to go on to the council report. The next CCM is going to be Monday, December the 15th at 7 p.m. It'll be followed by a council meeting. And that time will start as soon as the CCM is finished. Any further questions for council president? Okay, I just want to remind all of the members of council to turn in your evaluation forms that have been sent to you on the clerk and the deputy clerk. Thank you. And those come to me, and then I will put them together and have one. Law Director Ebert, any reports?
No report this evening, Madam President.
Thank you. Finance Director Crossie, any reports?
No report this evening, thank you.
Thank you. Public Works Director Liskovic, any reports?
Yeah, I just have two items this evening. I think first and foremost, with winter coming up on us earlier than we typically have seen in the past, I just want to make sure everybody's aware that we are still out actively collecting and pursuing leaf piles.
Okay.
It does provide some challenges in its own right, but we are still working through that process, not necessarily at the pace that we were prior to winter. And then kind of dovetailing with that, I just want to start the reminders that December 31st is the last day for the curbside yard waste collection that Kimball provides. So that cart collection takes a pause for about 3 months and then comes back online in the spring. But if you have any other debris that needs to go out, you can always put it out as bulk collection.
Thank you. Mr. Liskovic, when will the Christmas tree pickup be?
That usually falls about a week or so after the beginning of the new year.
So you'll have an announcement on the
Yes.
internet then through
Yes.
Mr. Rua? Okay. Any further comments from Mr. Liskovic? Mr. Shamir, please.
The collection of yard waste, even in their own waste bins, are also stopped at that point in time?
December 31st.
December 31st. Just needed that clarity because I've had that question. Thank you.
Any further comments by anybody? Okay, we will continue now with our standing committees. The first one is Building and Utilities. Ms. Gentry?
Nothing to report.
Any comments to Ms. Gentry? Okay, we will move on then to Mr. Shamir with, Communications, Environmental, and Recreation Programming.
Nothing to report, but I do have a announcement. We do have the final Communication and Technology Commission meeting of the year on Thursday, December 11th at 6 p.m. at the library.
December 11th. Okay, thank you. Any further comments? All right, we will go on to economic development, Mr. Arnold. And if anybody has, just to remind everybody, if anybody has any suspension of the rules, please bring it up during your reports. Thank you.
Thank you. No report.
Thank you, sir. Finance, Mr. Zuber.
Yes, Madam Chair, I do have a report.
Okay.
The Finance Committee did meet on December 1st here in the council chambers. We had several items, the first of which is the Neighborhood Alliance contract. That's the old Meals on Wheels program. That's up for passage this evening on suspension of the rule. That's how it was voted out of the committee, 3-0. They provide meals to our seniors. The cost of a meal is $4.50, so it's a pretty good bargain. We also talked about non-bargaining employee wage increases. I think Mr. Smith will be taking care of that. We talked about hiring the impact group for several different items coming down the pike towards the end of this year and next year. For the city, their communications group that's going to be working with the city. We have the 2026 Bram Hall contract that was naming Bram Hall Engineer as our city engineers. That's on for first reading this evening. We'll have a suspension of the rule on the 15th. We also had short-term rental registration fees. That has been added to ordinance number 25-175R2, which deals with the charges or the amount people have to pay for not only the pool, but also the video recordings that are coming out of the police department now, whether they're in-car videos or videos that are on the patrolman. That the new added part is in section 2, short-term rentals. That fee will be $150. That is up for passage today on third reading. We also talked about the budget and transfers. We'll have a transfer ordinance next week, the final meeting of the city council. I think that Ms. Crosby will try and get that out to us as soon as she can. And we also had a long discussion about the income tax, capital revenues, on what we want to do with the capital revenues, should the income tax increase, and also a little bit more about the how it has to appear on the ballot. The main reason it was I had asked to be put on the Finance Committee is so council was aware of how fast they were going to have to move and make a decision on what exactly they want to put on the ballot for the income tax increase. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Very detailed. Anybody else have any comments on finance? Okay, thank you, Mr. Zuber. We're going to move on now to. Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Another thing is the income tax collection for this year. We had the first part come in for December, which is always the bigger point. We have collected $18.7 million in income tax this year, 4.2% higher than last year, or $758,000. I just wanted to make sure I reported that. Hopefully next week I'll have the final, because that usually comes in on the 15th of the month.
Thank you, sir, for the additional details. Anybody else have a comment on finance? Okay, now we're going to go on to Mr. Smith with Human Resources.
Thank you, Madam President. Human Resources has 4 items on the agenda tonight involving the description of the job description for the deputy clerk, which will be suspension of the rule, a wage increase over at the courts, the approval of the union contract with United Steel, Paper and Forestry, Rubber Manufacturing, Energy, Allied Industrial and Service Workers International, Union AFL, CIO and CLC Local 1-865. Those 2 will be set as emergencies, and we also have the first reading of the wage increase for the non-bargaining folks, which will be read as an emergency and a suspension of the rule on its second reading. That's what we have on the agenda tonight. There is no HR meeting scheduled at this particular time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Mr. Smith that are HR related? Okay, seeing none, we will go on to Mr. Cos with Public Safety and Health.
Thank you, Madam President. There's going to be no Public Safety and Health Committee meeting for the month of December. The next meeting of the Public Safety and Health Committee will take place in January. We are going to have one new member of that committee, and that's going to be Council-elect Kayla Goodwin is going to be joining the Public Safety and Health Committee. I'm going to speak to Kayla and also Ms. Gentry as well, too, and make a determination on the best date and time that works for everyone. So I hope to have an announcement by next Monday of what the set date will be for that committee meeting for the year 2026. So I'll be contacting the both of you this week to discuss what works best for you both. We do have one item on the agenda tonight that came out of the Public Safety and Health Committee, and that's resolution number 25-205, and that is the resolution of support for the Blue Envelope Program. There is an emergency clause on this, and I'm going to ask that the Clerk of Council remove that emergency language when she reads this, as it's a resolution, so it goes into effect anyway on its passage, and the emergency is kind of redundant. So if we could remove that emergency language when you read it, that would be appreciated. And the reason that we're going to do the suspension of the rule on this, as discussed during the committee meeting and also during the collective committee meeting, is that this is a program that has real benefits to the community, and especially those that may have autism, and some of the aspects and benefits that this program would offer them with regards to interaction with the police department. This is something that a lot of communities and a lot of states are doing that are helping relations between folks with these conditions and also with the police department. So the sooner that we can get behind this, support it, and encourage the Avon Lake Police Department and the administration to get this program up and running in Avon Lake, the better. So that's the reason for the suspension of the rules. And that is all I have at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And not only children with autism and those who continue through the adult, but also dementia.
So there's a number of different
Right.
conditions, yes,
Right.
that this would be beneficial for.
Very, very beneficial. Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Cos? Okay, public service. I had a public service meeting this evening before this meeting, and we have some good news. The city of Avon Lake has been awarded an additional $311,000 from ODOT as part of a grant to help pay for the Lake Road East sidewalk project, and this is good. There will be an ordinance next Monday, the 15th of December, to pertain to this item. There was a motion before us, and we'll have it tonight, to approve to advertise for the materials contract for 2026. This is in-house use of concrete, asphalt, aggregate, and by doing it this way, we are guaranteed that we are receiving the best prices. There was another motion that was made that's on tonight's council meeting in just a little bit. It will be to approve to advertise for bids for the Miller Road Sand Dredging Project. We do this every year, and everyone knows where the boat launch is, and part of what we need to do with ODNR is to dredge that sand out. Next week, there will be an ordinance that is to award a contract for the tree inventory and to create a management plan. And Mr. Liskovic is vetting those who bid on that particular project now, and by next week, we will know who it will be awarded to. HZW, the very last item that's on our agenda tonight, you'll see that there is a need for a contract for the land assessment agreement with HZW. It's the landfill assistance agreement with a fee for 2026. And we've been doing this for a number of years. We're almost near the end. This is going to be going 2 readings. We will be asking for suspension of the rule next week with the emergency passage. And the reason for the emergency next week is so that it can be under the 2025 contractual year to begin starting the services in 2026. And that's what the meeting was about. What we have on tonight's agenda that's going to be asking for suspension of the rule are 3 items. The first one is 25-195. It has to do with retiring the Green Team certification. It's a project that has not been utilized for a number of years, and so we are taking it off the books. So we are retiring, sunsetting, as they say, 1065.11. The second one is 25-196, and this has to do with the language to describe the Avon Lake Historical Preservation Commission. And this one, along with the next one, has to do with the results from the ad hoc committee that came before us this summer that evaluated all of our boards and commissions to find a more structured way that they could be presented. Part of the individuals, the volunteers, are appointed by Mr. Mayor, and part are appointed by the council. And also they saw that all boards and commissions needed to have, and the ability that if people are not participating, if they're not showing up, they are going to be able to be replaced, and also that the terms are going to be in succession. Not all boards and commissions are that way. For example, the Environmental Affairs Advisory Board, they all ended at one time. So these changes are to put these recommendations by the ad hoc committee into effect. Are there any questions about public service? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on back to Mr. Smith with planning, sir.
Thank you, Madam President. Planning Commission met on December 2nd. There were 3 items on the agenda. Those were 2 of which were site plans, one for the Utilities Department for their expansion at 201 Miller Road, excuse me, and Woodside Holdings on Pinnock Parkway for a warehouse addition. Additionally, there was an item for the Shire Glen Green Management Major Subdivision Preliminary Plat Approval for Matthews Hollow Subdivision, which is at the corner of Lear and Krebs Road. There were many department head comments that had not been satisfied as of the meeting, so that was tabled to January 6th in order to have those addressed. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Smith? Okay, Zoning Board of Appeals, Mr. Mayor.
The next meeting is this Wednesday at 7 o'clock in these chambers.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Mr. Mayor about Zoning Board of Appeals? Okay, now we go on to Mr. Shamir with Parks and Recreation Commission.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Are there any special committees? Anybody wants to report on any ad hoc or special? I'm just going to say that the Tree Commission is going to meet January the 14th at 6 p.m. at the old firehouse, and everyone is invited to attend. Okay, with that, we're going to go on to our motions. Are there any additions or deletions from the motions? Seeing none, the very first motion, I move for passage of accepting a donation of $600 from the Avon Lake Garden Club to the City of Avon for the purchase of trees to be planted on city-owned parks. And this is a very generous donation from the Garden Club. It's required by the auditors that we accept these donations, and it will go into a revenue fund for trees, and they have requested that it be applied toward ALPS. Any further discussion by anyone? Seeing none, Mrs. Rossmarin in the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Benderbosh?
Yes, it is passed. The next one, I move to authorize the Public Works Director to advertise for bids for concrete, asphalt, and aggregate to be used by the Public Works Department during the 2026 construction season. In discussion, Mrs. Liskovic has brought this process to the city when he came here, and he's been saving the city money by going out in this particular direction. This is all for in-house use. Any further comments from anyone? Okay, Mrs. Rossmarin in the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, that too is passed. And the last one, I authorize the city engineer to advertise for bids for the Miller Road Park Sand Dredging Project. This is a project that was actually funded by the Corps of Engineers and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources many, many years ago. And it's our obligation to dredge it out so that vessels can safely come and go at the boat launch area. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Thank you. Yes, this too has passed. Are there any additions that are deletions from legislation? Any additions or deletions from legislation? Okay. Just a moment.
We're not doing that till next week.
Okay, very good. Okay. Third readings. Mrs. Rossmarin, read ordinance number 25-175R2 by title only.
An ordinance amending codified ordinance section 208.01 entitled Fee Schedule.
Mr. Zuber,
I move for passage of ordinance number 25-175R2.
discussion, sir.
The newest revision is that adding the short-term rental registration fee of $150 to this updating of our fee schedule. The other is a $75 per hour video charge for the police department to edit videos of either dash cams or body cam videos. And the other is a 12% increase in the pool fees for both 2026 and 12% for 2027. This is due to, of course, the increased costs of mainly personnel and our lifeguards, and we are still way below many other surrounding communities when it comes to our pools, our pool fees.
Right, and there's another one, the registration for short-term rental.
Yeah, I said that first, that
Oh, I'm
was the
sorry.
change, that was
Okay,
our
very
change.
good. Thank you very much. Okay. Any discussion by anybody else? Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Ordinance number 25-178. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only.
An ordinance establishing a lodging excise tax on hotels and short-term rentals within the city of Avon Lake, providing for tax collection and remittance by lodging platforms and operators, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. I move for passage of ordinance number 25-178. In discussion, Ohio Revised Code 5739, excuse me. In discussion, Ohio Revised Code Sections 5739.08 and 5739.091 authorize municipalities to levy an excise tax on transactions by which lodging is furnished to transient guests. Transient guests are those that stay 30 days or less. And this particular ordinance is identifying that a tax will be imposed of 3% on the gross rent paid for lodging furnished to a transient guest within the city. It will be collected by the lodging platforms. This is typical, they're used to doing it. There will be a penalty and interest. If any person fails to remit this tax as required by the ordinance, there shall be added a penalty of 10% of the amount due, together with interest at 1% per month until paid. This is standard. Use of the revenue. At least 50% of it shall be used for tourism, recreation, and visitor-related services, and the remainder shall be used for general municipal purposes. The ordinance is declared to be an emergency measure, the emergency being the necessity of ensuring uniform tax treatment of all lodging providers and securing the timely collection of revenue to support municipal services, thus is for the public welfare. Any further discussion by anyone? Seeing none, Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this too is passed. Ordinance number 25-184, Mrs. Rossmarin, and read by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a purchase agreement with the Avon Lake City School District for the acquisition of the former Erie View School property located at 32630 Electric Boulevard, Avon Lake, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
I move for passage of ordinance number 25-184. And in discussion, this property, as was mentioned, which is located at 32630 Electric Boulevard, is also known as permanent parcel number 0400018138-138-069, and it consists of approximately 9.5 acres. The city of Avon Lake is interested in purchasing it for $500,000 with 5 annual payments of $100,000 beginning July 1st of 2027 and each July 1st thereafter, with the intention of turning it into a community center. And this ordinance is declared to be an emergency, the emergency being the necessity of allowing the timely execution of the purchase agreement to secure the property for the health, safety, and welfare of the public. And I'm going to turn further discussion over to Mr. Mayor. Perhaps you can go into the purchase agreement.
Certainly outline the price paid. Again, this will be paid out of our Recreation Trust Fund, will not be paid out of our general fund, so no dollars come out of our general fund. We're currently going through our due diligence. We had assessment reports completed. We're going through those now and assigning costs, and council should have received some information regarding that over the weekend. This also includes some furniture and desks and so forth that have been left behind, as well as fixtures in the building that will be included in the closing cost. And just to reiterate, this is a 42,000 square foot building. We plan on phasing operations over time to make sure that we're doing it in a practical and cost-effective manner. And we're hoping that after roughly the first quarter of next year, we'll be able to move our recreation department in and begin operation. And I think that covers the majority of it.
Thank you. I'm going to open up to further questions. Mr. Cos.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. Mr. Mayor, well, I have a question for the mayor, and then I have some comments as well, too. But
Right
I
ahead,
want to
sir.
start first. Mr. Mayor, could you talked about the Recreation Trust Fund. Can you explain to the public what the Recreation Trust Fund is and how monies are deposited in that fund and what it can and cannot be used for?
Sure, I'll do my best to do that, and if not, I'll turn it over to Finance Director Rossi. So the funding that, the revenue for that fund comes from developers. As homes are built, each dwelling pays a fee. That fee goes into the Recreational Trust Fund, and the only thing that money can be used for is to purchase parkland for our use. This is considered parkland. It'll be used for recreational purposes and community purposes. It cannot be used for anything else. It cannot be used to pay salaries. It cannot be used for general funds. It could solely be used for the purchase of parkland.
And I think
Sir,
that.
if I could interrupt
Go
for a
ahead.
second. So, Mr. Mayor, during the planning process, the final plat is when it is mentioned, and it actually goes into effect after council approves that final plat, and there is a very strict following of funds from the developers into that particular fund.
Correct. So just continuing on with that line there, then I have, like I said, a few comments. You know, a lot of folks in the community, myself included, often say developers, when they come in to build their new developments and put all these houses and streets and all this stuff in, they should be contributing to the cost of X, Y, and Z. This is an example of the developers contributing to X, Y, and Z. As the mayor just said, the money that is being used to purchase this piece of property is not coming from the general fund of the city, i.e. tax dollars. This is coming from the developers that deposit into this when they get their projects approved to be used for this purpose and this purpose only. Is that a fair assessment, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is an example of the developers and the process that were put in place when we approved these developments over the years, of it giving back to the community and being able to preserve what is a beloved building in the center of town, like almost the literal center of town, Erie View School. This is also going to be able to save that school, which is sound. It's a 60 or 70-year-old building. Obviously, everything needs upkeep, and we'll get into all of that, but it's a sound structural building. The foundation of that building, the walls and all of that, they don't build them like that anymore. It's solid. So it is going to be able to save that for the community, expand the programming, which I'm sure we'll hear some more about in the weeks and months to come. But it also saves it from, if the city did not step in and purchase this, I think by state law, Mr. Mayor, again, correct me if I am wrong, but if the city did not purchase this, the school board would need to offer it to a charter school. Is that correct? Could you speak to that?
So my understanding of the state law is it would go and be made available next to a charter school within the municipality, which we currently really do not have any. However, I know there's a movement in the General Assembly to change that law to make it possible that any charter city or any charter school in Ohio can move and purchase this. So really what it does is it allows, if they were to change the state law, it would allow any charter school to come into any community and buy up old schools for their purpose. And obviously that's not always the best use for those properties. And I think that we're going to be getting the best use out of this 9.5 acres. And by the way, based on that price, we're paying about $53,000 per acre for this land, which is unheard of in the city of Avon Lake.
Right. And if I may continue, Madam President.
Go ahead.
And this isn't a public school versus charter school debate, but I do think that keeping this so-and-so in-house protects our public schools as well, too. And I'm a proud supporter of the Avon Lake Public Schools. So I am glad that we are taking this route to do this. And in my conversations with Mr. Fatch, I even asked him, I said, we purchased this, and let's just say a couple years down the line, the city decides that it doesn't want this piece of property. What happens then? He says, well, the schools would have the first right to purchase it back. And if they decided not to do that, then the city has a piece of property there that the mayor just mentioned. We're paying a fraction to what it's really worth, and it's a tremendous asset. Now, that's not a situation that I don't want to see. I think we're going to put it to great use, but it's really a win-win. I don't see a losing case in this because we have an extremely valuable asset that we're going to be able to protect, that is not going to be able to become a charter school, that's not going to be bought by developers for another neighborhood and homes being placed in there if they were to be sold. This is something that the city and the community are going to be able to utilize for more generations to come, on top of the 7 or 8 generations that went through that school already. So I'm very excited about this, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to you and your team for putting this together. I know we're going to hear a lot more about this, and I think it's very exciting for the city that we're able to preserve this building for community use. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Ms. Gentry?
So I did want to second what Mr. Costa said. I do think the usage of this property is going to be a great thing for the city. And I appreciate the work that the mayor, Mr. Fash, Mr. Liskovic, and Mr. Rua and others have put into putting together, answering a lot of questions that I had and hesitations that I had just based on the cost of maintenance and future state and what it's going. But in the end, as Mr. Koss said, this is a very good, it's a win-win, really. There's no downside to it. My concerns for maintenance and that the mayor put together and shared the costs for it as well. And so we do understand there is work that needs to be done. It's not okay for the schools, but it's because we don't learn the same way as when the school was built. But we can certainly exercise and do recreation type things in that building still. So I just wanted to say thank you, Mayor, for providing the information today.
Anybody else? Thank you, Ms. Gentry. Anybody else? Mr. Zuber, please.
Yeah, just a comment on the Recreation Trust Fund. I believe the Oak Park and also the Cough Reservation, there were funds from the Recreation Trust Fund used to purchase those 2 parks also.
Thank you, sir. Any additional information? Right, so think about the logistics of where this building is located. It has already been stated, it's centrally located, it's across from the library. There's opportunities for partnerships there with the library. It's very close to the high school. Again, there's partnerships that can be occurring there. For the young people that love to ride their bikes, east-west, and thanks to Mr. Shamir and the Environmental Affairs Advisory Board, they're improving the bike routes to go north and south. This is going to be something that can be utilized by many, many people, many different generations. Okay, not seeing any further questions. Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Schmier?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Thank you. We're now at second readings. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only, ordinance number 25-189.
An ordinance amending codified chapter 278, Communications and Technology Commission.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes, this ordinance updates the commission to better align with today's communication needs, clarifies membership and qualifications.
Move for
Oh,
suspension.
I thought it was on next week that we're moving.
I think that, put it on,
I had it on the 15th,
okay. Initially it was,
so we moved
but
it.
that's okay with you.
That's fine. Well, I guess we're moving on the suspension of the rule on the passage of this ordinance 25-189.
Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. Now, Mr. Shamir.
This ordinance updates the commission to better align with today's communication needs. It clarifies membership and qualifications, strengthens participation standards, and streamlines roles, enabling the commission to better support transparency, digital communication, and community outreach. I move for passage of this ordinance, 25-189.
Thank you. Any further discussion from anyone? Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this has passed. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only, ordinance number 25-190.
An ordinance amending codified Chapter 284, Environmental Affairs Advisory Board.
Mr. Shamir,
I am moving to
suspend.
suspend the rule for the passage of ordinance 25-190.
Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mr. Shamir, I move for
Aye.
passage.
Yes, I move for passage of this ordinance.
Further discussion?
This ordinance strengthens the board's ability to operate independently and base its work on facts, science, and best environmental practice. Clarifies the structure and membership so that the board can evaluate land, air, and water issues and sustainability without any other pressures.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this too is passed. Ordinance number 25-191. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance amending codified Chapter 286, Parks and Recreation Commission.
Mr. Shamir,
Move for emergency passage of ordinance 25-191
for suspension
for
of the rule.
suspension of the rule.
Thank you. Mrs. Ross Marin, the
Ms.
roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mr. Shamir, you move.
I move for passage of this ordinance.
Thank you. And in discussion, sir.
The ordinance refines membership and meeting standards to enable commission to operate more consistently and collaboratively. It supports stronger coordination between staff and ensures the commission remains effective as our parks and recreation programming continues to grow.
Thank you. Any further discussion from anyone? Mr. Koss.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. I am pleased to see that there's 2 appointments from City Council on this commission now, 3 mayor and 2 council. I think that's beneficial for the community. Thank you.
Very good, thank you, sir. Okay, any further discussion? Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only, ordinance number 25-193.
An ordinance to make appropriations for the city of Avon Lake for fiscal year 2026 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Zuber,
I move the second reading of ordinance number 25-193.
in discussion, sir.
This is the appropriation for the city for next year, the 2026 budget. We've had 3 budget meetings. We've talked about it in the finance committee at least 2 or 3 times in that committee. The general fund budget is $23,441,000. And I think that the one issue that we have had, which we've had a lot of discussion on, especially recently, is the fact that the only expenditures we're gonna have on capital is mainly gonna be carryovers on unspent money in the capital budget for this year, hence the need to pass some revenue increases next year, which I'm sure the next city council is looking forward to debating and moving forward with.
Thank you. Any further discussion by anyone? Okay, thank you. We're going to move on to ordinance number 25-194. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only.
An ordinance adopting a job description for the position of part-time assistant deputy clerk and establishing the qualifications and duties for said position.
Mr. Smith,
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings.
Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mr. Smith,
Thank you. I move for passage of ordinance number 25-194.
and in discussion.
Thank you. This has to do with approving a part-time assistant to the deputy clerk for the clerk of council. Again, this is just setting a job description. There's nobody being put in that position and at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it needs to be mentioned so that the public's aware that the majority of the work that they would be doing would be with the Civil Service Commission and supporting the clerk of council. Mrs. Rossmarin, is there anything else you'd like to add to this discussion?
No.
Not at this time?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
Covered it.
Let's see, where are we here? I just lost my place. Okay, Mr. Smith, there's a motion on the floor. We have had discussion. Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll, please.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only, ordinance number 25-195.
An ordinance amending codified ordinance section 1065.11, green team certification.
Yes, I move for suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings. Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
No.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. I move for passage of ordinance number 25-195. And what this is sunsetting the green team ordinance section number 1065.11. It has not been utilized for a number of years, and therefore we are cleaning up the books and taking it off. Any further discussion by anyone? Seeing none, Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, okay, this is passed. Ordinance number 25-196, Mrs. Rossmarin, by title only.
An ordinance amending codified chapter 272, Avon Lake Historical Preservation Commission.
I move for suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings. Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Zuber.
No.
Mr. Arnold.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh.
Yes. I move for passage of ordinance number 25-196. And in discussion, this is fulfilling what the ad hoc committee for restructuring of the boards and the commissions has requested. And first, there's the appointments that have been divided out between the council and the mayor. Also, it's listed that elected officials are ex officio non-voting members. It also has put into place a clause for removal if someone doesn't show up to participate, and it reads as follows. Removal, any Avon Lake Historical Preservation Commission member who misses 3 consecutive meetings or more than 50% of the regular meetings on an annual basis may be removed from the commission by a majority vote of the other commissioners. There's some numerical and typographical changes that have been made, and that's it. Any further discussion by anyone? Seeing none, Mrs. Rossmarin, please read the roll.
Ms. Gentry.
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Zuber.
Yes.
Mr. Arnold.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh.
Yes, thank you. This is passed. This is Ross Marin, read by title only, 25-197.
An ordinance amending codified ordinance chapter 288, Tree Commission.
Thank you. I move for suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings. This is Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry.
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Zuber.
No.
Mr. Arnold.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh.
Yes, I move for passage of ordinance number 25-197. And like the other boards and commissions, this too is the result of this summer's ad hoc committee. And what it has done, it has outlined that 2 members who for the previous 2 years have been registered qualified electors of the city shall be appointed by council. Before it was all mayoral appointments. And it also outlines that the elected officials are non-voting ex officio members. And that's about it. Any further discussion by anyone? Seeing none, Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry.
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Zuber.
Yes.
Mr. Arnold.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh.
Yes, this too is passed. Ordinance number 25-198R. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance amending codified ordinance section 220.05, stand-in committees.
Yes, this is the second reading. This will go 3 readings. The 3rd reading will be next week. And as part of the alignment between the commissions and the committees, there have been some changes. And there's been some changes as to how the committees of council are organized. And it has dissolved the SERPS committee and formed an environmental committee. It has moved recreation to be under economic development. Trying to see what some of the other highlights are. Turn the page here. It has also placed the shoreline into the shoreline concerns into the environmental committee. Are there any further discussion points by my colleagues? Okay, then this will be on for next week also. Moving on now to first readings. Ordinance number 25-200. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Neighborhood Alliance.
Mr. Zuber.
I move for the suspension of the council rule requiring 3 readings.
Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry.
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mr. Zuber.
I move for passage of ordinance number 25-200.
In discussion, sir.
As I said in my report, this is our contract with the Neighborhood Alliance. They used to be the Meals on Wheels program, and it's moved over to that. This is the contract for 2026. The administration requested we pass this on first reading. As I stated also in my report, this is a $69,000 contract, and the cost per meal is $4.50.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion by anyone? Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Cos?
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Ordinance number 25-201. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a personal services agreement with Bromhall Engineering and Surveying Company and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Zuber.
I move the first reading of ordinance number 25-201.
In discussion, sir.
This is the contract, I think this is the third year we've done a contract with Bramhall Engineering and Surveying to serve as our city engineer. And this outlines the provisions. I believe there are no changes from the last contract.
Thank you, and there have been some additions to this particular paperwork from the discussions from a previous meeting. Any further discussion from my colleagues? Okay, seeing none, we will move on in the agenda. Ordinance number 25-202. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance approving wage increases for the Avon Lake Municipal Court personnel and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Smith?
Thank you. I move for suspension of council rule requiring 3 readings.
Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Cos?
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. Mr. Smith?
Thank you, Madam President. This is the ordinance that the court has requested relative to most, but not all of their employees relative to raises that take effect at the beginning of the year. Thank you.
Do you want to move for passage?
Sure, I'll move for passage.
Thank you. Anybody else have further discussion? Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Cos?
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Thank you. Ordinance number 25-203. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance approving wage increases for certain non-bargaining unit personnel and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Smith?
Yes, this is the first reading of the ordinance that would raise the non-bargaining unit members of the city in terms of their salaries in the same amount as the raises that the union was provided. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion from council? Okay, seeing none, this will go on then for next week. Ordinance number 25-204. Mrs. Ross Marin, read by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a labor agreement with the United Steel, Paper and Forestry, Rubber Manufacturing, Energy, Allied Industrial, and Service Workers International Union, AFL-CIO, and CLC Local 1-865, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Smith?
Thank you, Madam President. I move for suspension of the council rule requiring 3 readings.
Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Cos?
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. Mr. Smith?
Thank you. This is the agreement for the municipal utilities employees. We discussed it at the last CCM meeting that we had on December 1st, and I would like to move for passage.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, we have representatives from Avon Lake Regional Water here. Is there anything that you want to say, sir? Okay. Any further discussion, any questions for them? Okay. Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll, please.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Resolution number 25-205. Mrs. Rossmarin, do you want to read by title only?
A resolution in support of the Blue Envelope Program and to encourage its implementation and promotion within the city of Avon Lake.
Thank you. Mr. Cos, did you want her to read more than that?
No, that's fine.
Just the title?
That's fine.
Okay, Mr. Cos.
Thank you. I move to suspend the council rule requiring 3 readings.
Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. Mr. Cos.
Thank you. I move for passage of resolution number 25-205.
In discussion, sir.
Yeah, in discussion, this is an item that was brought to our attention from resident Carla Fitch, and she came into the Public Safety and Health Committee meeting at our last meeting in November and gave us a presentation on this program and the benefits of it. The committee and members of the administration, most importantly, the mayor and the police chief were impressed with this program and wanted to get this up and going here in the city of Avon Lake. And that obviously passed the committee with a 3-0 vote. We had the collective committee last week where Mrs. Fitch came in again and spoke to all of council and also to the public as well too about this program again. Essentially what this is this allows individuals that may have the condition of autism, anxiety, PTSD, dementia, or other medical conditions. It gives them the opportunity to participate in this program by having a blue envelope in their car. If they were stopped by the police or interacted with the police in any way, this envelope, which would be instantly identifiable to the police officers in the city, would contain the documents that are needed for a traffic stop or some other police interaction. Your copy of your insurance, things of that nature would be in this document or in this envelope. And this was a program that was created and has been growing, and not only in Ohio with a lot of communities, but also in other states, as a way to have better relations between the police and the public when folks are suffering from one of these conditions, and then they interact with police. And we've seen far too many instances where those interactions don't always go well because the police are either unaware or of the condition that the person is suffering from. So this is a way that the public can interact better with the police. The police will be trained on this as well, too. This is fully supported by the Avon Lake Police Department. I am very happy to say that Chief Robinson is going to have the envelopes available here at the Avon Lake Police Department for residents of Avon Lake that want to get these envelopes for themselves or for a loved one in the community, that they can do that as well. I know that the administration, the mayor, and the police chief have talked about, along with Mr. Rua, about putting out more information on this program, so that way the community will get further information and know how to, there's not really a sign up for this, but how you can participate and what the benefits of it are. So I again want to thank Mrs. Fitch, Carla Fitch, for bringing this to our attention. I think that this is a real positive thing for the community. Thank you.
Very positive. Ms. Gentry.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, there's also a decal that comes with the envelope so that the police officers, when they approach the vehicle, before they start that interaction, they can see that decal, and so that they're aware that they should ask this person may have some challenges that they wouldn't normally expect. And so, and they'll know to ask for that envelope when they get if they should get pulled over.
Right, and the stress of the interaction alone can sometimes freeze people. The other thing is that it doesn't just occur when someone's pulled over. There could be an accident, and these individuals are in the vehicle. And when the paramedics come, when safety services come, when others come, because we're going to be advertising this, the general public might reach them first. They will see that there's a special need. It's an excellent program. Ms. Gentry?
One more comment. It's not just for the driver.
Correct.
So it's anybody who could be in the car. So if you have a child that may be autistic, and you can keep that in the car so that when you are stopped, they know that there may be a situation that they're walking into that may be challenging.
Absolutely. Any further discussion from anyone? Mr. Zuber, any further discussion down here? No? Okay. All right, Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. This is passed. Ordinance number 25-206. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute the amended and restated lease with Avon Lake Public Library and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Shamir.
Yes. I move for the suspension of the council rule requiring 3 readings.
Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this is passed. Mr. Shamir.
I move for the passage of ordinance 25-206.
In discussion, sir.
The ordinance renews the city's lease agreement with Avon Lake Public Library. All contract terms, including the financial arrangements, remain unchanged from the current agreement.
Thank you. Any further discussion from anyone on this? Okay. Mrs. Rossmarin, the roll, please.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss,
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes, this too has passed. We're going to move on. My fingers are between it. Here we go. Okay, now we're down to ordinance number 25-208. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only.
An ordinance amending 25-72, I mean to say ordinance number 25-72, providing legal representation with the purchase agreement between the City of Avon Lake and Avon Lake Redevelopment Group, ALC, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Arnold.
Thank you. This is the first reading of ordinance number 25-208, and also the next ordinance, 25-209. I'm going to defer to the finance director, give the specifics. There's a $25,000 reduction in 25-208 and a $25,000 increase on the next one. So I'm going to let her explain that. Thank you.
Ms. Crossy?
Thank you. Yes, so this is tied to the ALC reimbursement agreement for the former power plant property. And that amount was a little over $310,000, and it was for various legal services provided by Mr. Davis and Burns Ochner, as well as payments to Verdontis for various services. And it was originally allocated between those 3 parties in a certain manner, not to exceed the total of $310,000. But we did put a not to exceed for each of those parties. And with ALRG's agreement, the city has requested that we change the, amend the not to exceed amount to increase, to decrease Burns Ochner in this ordinance 25-08. And then also increasing Mr. Davis's amount in 25-209 by the same $25,000.
Thank you very much. So it's not additional monies, it's just a reallocation of funds.
Correct, it's a reallocation.
Any further discussion from my colleagues? Any questions? Yes, Ms. Gentry, thank you.
What prompted the change?
The difference in services that was intended for Mr. Davis, so he did come more frequently to help explain issues with the power plant process.
And Burns and Ochner had less.
I'm sorry?
And Burns and Ochner had less services.
Correct.
So it's a rebalancing. Good question. Anybody else? Okay, then this takes care of both ordinance number 25-208 and 25-209. Mr. Arnold, correct?
Correct. And I would just like to ask, does this need a suspension of the rules for next? For next week?
This will be for next week, yes, there will be suspension next week.
So we'll pass suspension of rules next week. Okay.
Correct, so that everything can be finished in the year 2025. Thank you. Any further discussion? Good point. And the very last one, ordinance number 25-2.
Yes,
Yes.
point of order.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I see a hand up.
We
Hello
need,
down there.
we need to have the reading of 25-209.
Yes,
please.
that's
Thank
correct.
you.
You're right. So ordinance number 25-209. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only, please.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 25-102 for legal services of Todd Davis Esquire and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Arnold?
Thank you. This is the first reading for ordinance number 25-209. The explanation was just talked about a few minutes ago. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on 209? Yes, sir, Mr. Suber.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to make a comment about Mr. Davis. We have a lot of, or I myself, when I'm out talking to residents of the city, a lot of times they ask about the power plant. And I explain to them where we are in that process, but I always tell them, what you have to remember is that we have hired the best attorney, not only in the nation, but probably in the world, that's written a book on brownfield and that has done these things around the world. So I just want to say that I think that this is probably one of the best hires I've seen by the city, and that hopefully in the future, Mr. Davis will stay on with the city and work towards making what we know is going to be a great thing at the power plant the reality.
Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Anybody else? Okay, now we're going on to the very last ordinance for the night. Ordinance number 25-210. Mrs. Rossmarin, read by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a personal services agreement with HZW Environmental Consultants, LLC, for environmental consultant services and declaring an emergency.
Thank you very much. This is the first reading. Next week, we're going to have suspension of the rules so that this too can be completed, as was mentioned earlier. Whereas Section 59 of the Avon Lake City Charter, entitled Competitive Bidding, authorizes the expenditure of funds without public bidding for personal services as defined in the charter. The administration and council desire to continue to retain the personal services of a professional environmental consulting firm to monitor the closed landfill at the Public Works Department. And these personal services shall not exceed $64,900. There will be an emergency clause, the emergency being the necessity of providing environmental consulting services for groundwater monitoring in accordance with the EPA requirements. Thus, it's for the health, safety, and welfare of the public, and I should say it's the Ohio EPA. Thank you. Any further discussion on this particular one? Seeing none, we're going to now go on to miscellaneous business announcements. Mr. Cos.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. So this is last call for the 2025 Toys for Tots campaign. This is the last week to drop off your new unopened toys to one of the municipal locations that we have identified in the city. That's Avon Lake City Hall, Avon Lake Fire Department, or Avon Lake Public Library. Always note that every toy or donation that is dropped off or donated to Lorain County Toys for Tots stays in Lorain County. All of it stays here. I know the boxes are overflowing. I can see them. The library, the fire department, and the Avon locations that I handle as well too. Word is, I'm coming. Keep the toys coming. I know that they're overflowing. We're going to get them out of there after close of business on Friday. So it looks like it's been a tremendous response, and I thank everybody. But this is the last week for the donations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any further announcements? Okay, the only announcement that I have is that all of you that are in college, you're in your sophomore, junior, senior years, or graduate studies advanced degrees, there are 2 scholarships that are out there. They are grant scholarships with the NGC, that's the National Garden Club, also the Ohio Garden Club, the Garden Clubs of Ohio, and the deadline date is February the 1st, It's not just horticulture, it's also planning, it's engineering. If you have any questions, contact any garden club member in Avon Lake. Mr. Cos, I have a need for an adjournment, sir.
So moved.
Thank you. Mrs. Ross Marin, the roll.
Ms. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Koss.
Yes.
Mr. Shamir?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Zuber?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes. We are now adjourned. See you next week. Thank you.